Okay, good afternoon to you. I'm Eric Levy here on Spectrum News 13. You've been listening to Louisville city leaders and officials giving an update on the bank massacre from yesterday, and we're continuing our coverage here as we continue to get the newest developments really coming in by the hour. Investigators are working hard to piece together what happened. Several people remain in the hospital, including 3 listed in critical condition. We know the name of the 5th victim involved, 57-year-old Deanna Eckert. During a briefing that you were just listening to, authorities announced that the accused shooter bought the weapon legally on the 4th of this month. The mayor of Louisville thanking the police officers for their quick response. That again was city officials talking about that. Now, Officer Wilt, who you heard him just mention, Nicholas Wilt, he was shot in the head during the bank massacre yesterday, and he had to have brain surgery. He was not long out of the police academy and was a newer member of the Louisville Police Department. He, at last check, was listed in critical but stable condition. And coming up for you in just a few moments here this afternoon, you're going to be hearing a report from our Spectrum News reporter, Diamond Palmer, sharing some of the stories that others are sharing about Officer Wilt as Officer Nicholas Wilt continues to recover. And there has also been an announcement of a vigil that will be held in honor of those who died and those who are injured. So obviously a lot of coverage that continues, and we will continue to keep you posted. Well, a new study is shedding some light on the impact of gun violence around the country. According to the Geyser Family Foundation, 1 in 5 adults asked had a family member killed by a gun, and about the same number have been threatened by one. 1 in 6 adults around there witnessed an injury from a shooting. The study comes after at least 146 incidents so far this year, leading to more than 200 deaths. The suicide rate has recently increased as well. The vast majority of adults say they worry at least sometimes that they or someone in their family will become the victim of gun violence. So with this at the forefront of so many people, Spectrum News reporter Celeste Springer tells us about a new community crime survey that's going to be available for those living in Orange County.
Yeah. Get on, man.
All right, Celeste, thank you very much. Let's continue with our coverage now. The legislative session happening, and we're halfway through. Leaders today discussing a number of topics, including a controversial anti-drag show bill. It would authorize the Department of Business and Professional Regulation, DBPR, to issue fines against venues if they allow minors to attend dubbed adult live performances like drag shows. Back in December, the DBPR actually warned the Plaza Live in Orlando that it would take action if they allowed children to attend their show a drag queen Christmas. Florida lawmakers deciding whether you should know less about what the governor does. The Senate committee is discussing a bill that would exempt the governor's travel from public records. It would apply to the governor, the lieutenant governor, the cabinet, as well as other state leaders. The bill's sponsor says it is about security. Opponents say it's a violation of government in the Sunshine State. Now, they argue you should know where your leaders are and what they're doing. You should know. While the bill, though, applies to future travel, it also does include any trips the governor or leaders have taken in the past. Well, state lawmakers facing backlash for referring, or at least one state lawmaker facing backlash for referring to people who identify as trans mutants during community meeting yesterday. The House was talking about a bill that criminalizes public restroom use that doesn't correspond to a person's gender at birth. So a person could be arrested if they refuse to leave. The bill also requires businesses designate bathrooms as male, female, or unisex. During the debate, Republican State Rep Webster Barnaby from Deltona said he was sick and tired, his words, of the discussion, and then had this to say. Well, Barnaby later apologized. Equality Florida called it hideous bigotry that has always been at the root of the wave of anti-LGBTQ hysteria sweeping our state. Abortion rights advocates say they'll make another stand against Florida's proposed 6-week abortion ban after last week's protest ended with 11 people arrested. Chairwoman Nikki Fried, I should say, and Senate Minority Leader Lauren Book, sorry about that, things are changing quickly with this, were among those arrested near the Capitol last week. Members from the group Occupy Tally say this time they have a permit to protest in front of the Leon County Courthouse. The State House expected to discuss the abortion ban on Thursday. Last week, state senators passed its version of the bill. The Biden administration says it is ready to fight on abortion rights. The White House asking a federal appeals court to block a surprise order from a Texas judge that would stop access to an abortion pill. The medication has been available across the country more than 20 years. Experts say this fight over the abortion bill is likely to end before the Supreme Court. Coming up, why losing those unwanted pounds could pose a serious threat for the elderly population. We're going to check back in with weather as well. Meteorologist Maureen McCann joining us this afternoon. That wind is a little annoying today, Mo. Well, there was
Eric Swaven.
I know. Yeah, we are. Yeah, I don't know what was going on. I don't know what was going on. All right. Yeah, I know.